Hey, what's up? I don't do reviews, but I just checked out the new Batman, so let's fucking give it a shot. The number one, well, the number. This is not one of the reasons, but top five reasons to see Batman. But this is not one of them, even though it is a reason. It's worth it. It's actually worth it. I was a little nervous about going to the theater. I'd be like, let's be cheap and wait for it to come out, or go see it on a matinee or something. Actually worth it to be trapped in a theater for the 3 hours in the environment. I was nervous about the 3 hours, but I think we'll cover that in the reasons. So, no specific order, 5 reasons to check out the new Batman. One, it's actually, they made a new Batman. Like, not the movie, obviously the movie, but the actual Batman character, Robert Pattinson. I was a little nervous about that. Not really a Twilight fan. But they actually made a new Batman. And I'm thinking between, let's forget about the George Clooney Batman and Val Kilmer. I like the Michael Keaton Batman and the Christian Bale Batman. And I was like, well, how much room is there really to do a new Batman between the dark Batman and the kind of slightly comical Michael Keaton? Turns out there is room. This is on the darker side. I think it's even darker than Christian Bale. And there's going to be some pretty cool choices that they make when you are watching the movie, because if you've seen the Batman, you've seen all the typical tropes from Batman, and they're going to pop up, and I think you're going to be a little shocked at the choices they make for Batman and in his universe. Two, the relationships between the characters, and even between Batman and Bruce Wayne, right? How they interact and their relationship to the world itself. Completely new to me. A completely new take on how that persona and his relationships, how it all exists. I think it's good, but you got to watch it, check for yourself. The villain. No spoilers. The villain. The way the villain interacts with the movie is also, I think, really new when it comes to Batman. I think it's a great job from the villain, but a lot of what the villain does is how it triggers the rest of the movie and triggers the pacing and how characters are feeling and acting. And it's not necessarily from the villain being on screen. It's because of the villain actually creating terror and fear. Fourth, a new environment and a new aesthetic. You're like, well, it's Batman. It's going to be dark. It's all blackness and nighttime and fighting and combat. We've all seen it. What can they really do? They managed to, again, do something new with it. I don't want to give any spoilers, so I can't say anything specifically they did, but they really created a whole new, it feels like a new Gotham. Like, you can recognize it as your old Gotham. You recognize Batman, you recognize some elements, but it really is it's a new world. And that's why I would recommend seeing it in theaters. I'm not really a theater guy, but I think you're going to watch a movie that's 3 hours long, to actually be in that environment and kind of stuck in your chair. Obviously, you can get up and go piss. I didn't. Hey, shout out to me. But I think it's useful to be stuck in the storyline in a chair in a room without fucking with your phone or going to take a piss break or anything. I think that's pretty cool. And this takes me to the last one, which maybe should be first, which is the pacing and the actual structure of the movie and the plot. It's structured unlike any other Batman. Obviously, it's structured with a hero and a bad guy, and hero goes after a bad guy. But this is more like a suspense thriller. It's not as hardcore as a suspense thriller, but you're always wondering what's going to happen next. Not just because it's a movie, but because there's questions in the plot and you want to see how they're handled. I was very nervous about 3 hours because a lot of the 3 hour movies that I've seen that are really good kind of seem like 2 hour-and-a-half movies, like squished together, where like a plot line resolves and then we still have an hour and a half to go. But in this case, it really seems like one long story arc. I was very nervous about 3 hours. I gotta say, like I've said it probably 3 or 4 times already in here, but I was very nervous about 3 hours. Do I need to go to the movie theater for that? It just keeps moving. Pacing is really good, and for how dark it is, and the fact that we know the hero movie, we know the hero wins in the end, we know the bad guy loses, we know all these things about the hero journey. I don't think it was too long at all. Maybe if you get to the end of the movie, you might go, they probably could have chopped 5 minutes off or 10 minutes or something. But I think they really needed 3 hours to tell the story. And that's why I'd recommend go seeing it. I thought this is apples to oranges. This is apples to oranges. It is not the Joker. It is not the Joker movie. But if you went and saw the Joker or Joker when it came out and you saw it before other people, they would ask you, what do you think about the movie? And it's really difficult because whatever you say, they're only getting what you say and not what your experience was. Like, was it a great movie? What? I mean, I think it's great, but I'm not happy leaving when I left Joker, I felt dirty. I felt soiled. But I felt like it's an excellent movie. And with this new Batman, I didn't leave the movie happy. I left the movie happy I saw it. It's not as dark as Joker, but damn, it tries at times. At times it tries. That's whatever. That's a 7-minute reaction to a movie. I guess this is why I don't do it, because I'm not good at it. It's okay. Don't know where I'm going, but I know how to get there.